Hi there, Mr. Muhammed is here. Question 6. It looks like one of the confusing questions in this set. So let's do question 6. Firstly, let's understand what it's about. A chef is going to make some fruit cakes and sponge cakes. He has plenty of all ingredients except for flour and sugar. He has only 2000 grams of flour and 1200 grams of sugar. A fruit cake uses 500 grams of flour and 100 grams of sugar. A sponge cake uses 200 grams of flour and 200 grams of sugar. Then he wishes to make more than 4 cakes altogether. Then we have to write down 3 inequalities throughout these given information. Then the first inequality and the easiest, we can start it by here. He wishes to make more than 4 cakes altogether, and in the question fruit cake is marked as X and sponge cake as Y. The first inequality, we can say the first inequality is X plus Y, because he wished to make more than 4. X plus Y should be more than 4. This is the first inequality. The other 2 inequalities are about sugar and flour, because the only limited things in this word problem are flour and sugar. So 200, the second and the third inequalities are about the amount of flour and the amount of sugar. The fruit cake needs 500 grams of flour, so we can write an inequality like this. 500 grams of sugar are needed, 500 grams of flour are needed for the fruit cake, which is X, plus 200 grams of flour are needed for the sponge cake, and the total amount of flour that is available is 2000 grams. So the chef can use 2000 grams of flour or less than 2000 grams because he doesn't have more than 2000. We're going to do the same thing for the sugar. 100x plus 200y must be less than or equal to 1200, which is the total amount of sugar that he has at the moment. Now we got 3 inequalities as the question requires. Then we are going to draw each one of them in an xy axis. Then we find the closed region between them, which is the region that we can pick some points, and the coordinate of the points will stand for the number of fruit cakes and sponge cakes. We had these 3 inequalities, x plus y more than or equal to 4, and the other 2. Remember, before you start drawing, you have to simplify. That makes your drawing easier. This one can't be simplified, but the second inequality, simply we can divide all of them by 100. That gives 5x plus 2y is less than or equal to 12. And this one could be simplified again by 100. 100 divided 100 is 1. 200 divided 100, so it's x plus 2y is less than or equal to 20. Now x plus 4 is equal to x plus y is equal to 4 is this. The first one has this graph, and which side will be shaded in this graph? The x plus y should be more than 4, so the rejected side, the unwanted side, is here. So we shade the side of this line. Done. Now the other one, 5x plus 2y is equal to 12. We can do it like, put 0 in place of x. You see 2y is equal to 12. It means y is equal to 6. So this graph, this line graph is for this inequality. And in this inequality, 5x plus 2y should be less than 12. It should be less than 12. Less than 12 means this side is the side that we want, which makes 5x plus 2y less than 12. So the rejected side is the other one. So this side is also shaded. And for the other line, x plus 2y is equal to 20. So put 0 in place of x. You see 2y is equal to 20. Y will be 10. So we will put 0 in place of x. You will see 2y is equal to 20. Y will be 10. 0, 10 is one of the points. As you see, 0, 10 is here. And another point, put 0 in place of y. You see x will be equal to 20. And 20, 0 is around here. Now, we want x plus 2y to be less than 20. Less than 20 will be this side of this line, and more than 20, the rejected side will be behind it. So this side is also shaded. The only unshaded region is here. And we ignore the negatives because he cannot make -1 cake. So we ignore the negative side. What's remaining is this triangular region. So we can pick some points in this triangular region that stands for number of fruit cakes and sponge cakes. A coordinate here, we can say he can make 0 fruit cakes and 4 sponge cakes. He can make 0 fruit cakes and 5 sponge cakes. He can make 0 fruit cakes and 6 sponge cakes. He can make 1 fruit cake and 3 sponge cakes, and so on. These are all the possible answers as we did. Another question that I saw, it's kind of hard to write the inequalities, is question 13. Question 13. A farmer needs to buy up to 25 cows for a new herd. He can buy either brown cows at $50 each or black cows at $80 each. And he can spend a total of no more than $1,600, $1,600. He must have at least 9 of each type. Then this question doesn't mention number of inequalities that we need, but let's break down the steps and make inequalities as much as we can. So here we can make 4 inequalities. The first inequality, the easiest one, brown cows are x, black cows are y, so x plus y should be less than or equal to 25, because the farmer wants to buy up to 25, not 25 or more. So x, that stands for brown cows, plus y, that stands for black cows. The sum of them together should be less than or equal to 25 cows altogether. So we got one inequality. Another inequality is about the cost. So 50, look, this cost is in dollars, and this one is also in dollars. We don't need to exchange anything. 50x, this is another inequality. 50x plus 80y must be less than or equal to 1,600. This is another inequality. And one more inequality we can get two more inequalities from this expression. He must have at least 9 of each type. It means he must have at least 9 brown cows. So x, which is number of brown cows, must be more than or equal to 9. And the same thing for black cows, y must be more than or equal to 9. As you see, we got 4 inequalities. Then it's drawing time. Let's draw the line graph for each inequality and find the region which remains unshaded. Then in the unshaded region, pick some points with whole number coordinates. Will help you to get the final answer. Then here are the 4 inequalities that we got from question 13. This inequality needs a simplification, so we can divide both sides by 10. That gives 5x plus 8y is less than or equal to 160. Now, x is equal to 9 is this straight vertical line, is this one. Y is equal to 9 is this horizontal line. Where x is more than 9. X is more than 9 on the side. X is more than 9 on the side. So the rejected side is the shaded one, which is the side of the x line. Okay. The y line, on which side of this line, up or down, y's are getting greater than 9. Of course, on this side, y's are greater than 9. So we're going to shade below. Now, the other one, x plus y is equal to 25. If we put 0 in place of x, y will be 25. If we put 0 in place of y, x will be 25. So this line is passing through 25. This line is the line of x plus y is equal to 25. Then on which side of this line x plus y is less than 25? Of course, on this side, x plus y is less than 25. On the other side, x's and y's are getting bigger. So when you add them, the result will be more than 25. So this side is also shaded. Now, the last line will tell us which region of these 3 is the region that contains the reliable answers. Then the line of 5x plus 8y is less than or equal to 160 is right here. So on which side of this line 5x plus 8y is less than 160? Of course, as we go like this, x's and y's are getting bigger. So if we add them, it will be more than 160. Then this is the rejected side. This is the side that we don't want. That's why I'm shading it. So this one includes all of these. And remember, we worked on this line, and we said this side is shaded. So it means this tiny triangle here is shaded before. And this one here is also shaded. What's remaining is this quadrilateral in the center. Then pick some coordinates with whole numbers. That gives number of brown cows and black cows. X was used for the brown cows. So the farmer can buy, the coordinate of this point is 10, 10. So the farmer can buy 10 brown cows and 10 black cows. The coordinate of this point is 9, 10. So he can buy 9 brown cows or 9 brown cows and 10 black cows. The coordinate of this point is 9, 11, 9, 12, 9, 14, 10. So these are all possible answers he can buy. The maximum number is here. He can buy 9 brown cows and 14 black cows. This is the maximum. 9 brown cows and 14 black cows. Then if you continue with the question, it says, after the farmer gets, when he sells them, he makes $50 profit in each brown cow and $60 on the black cow, the maximum profit. So the maximum number of cows that he can have is 9 brown cows and 14 black cows. 9 times 50 plus 14 times 60 will be the profit for the farmer.